Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So today also we got a little bit lost in our research and looking at texts that we could read and reflect upon for everybody. And we have some text, and actually this is following on a little bit, slight overlap with yesterday's class, means not class, but Zoom interaction with the Brazilian section. But for those of you from Brazil who may be checking in here, this is only the very last part of what we read yesterday, very brief, and then a continuation with beautiful emphasis by Srila Guru Maharaj. So please do bear with us. So this is from the Sermons of the Guardian of Devotion, Volume 2. And so, as always, we're giving our jais to Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj and Srila Bhakti Rokkok Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and to Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and our Sri Rupanuga Guru Varga. It is under their guidance that we are coming to share something of Krishna consciousness with you, and it is under their teachings, rather, that we are trying to reflect and broadcast and highlight. There are many things we can read, but some short excerpts are very good very often for us to highlight and keep in our hearts. So today, reading from Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rokkok Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj. Srila Guru Maharaj saying, in the devotional school, you have to come in connection with a new alphabet. The old alphabet won't do. Jnana Shunya Bhakti. Give up all the pride of your past experience. Your knowledge out of experience of the mortal world won't do here, won't be applied here. This is the position in the case of the infinite autocrat and goodness. Infinite autocrat and goodness. And then the short expression we said yesterday in the Brazilian Zoom. In our mouth we pronounce all these big things, absolute good, absolute truth, but we do not know about the characteristic of that. So we need His revelation. He reveals Himself. We must carefully note His nature. Then, newly, so Jnana Shunya, give up the pride of your old experience on the basis of which you will go to judge things. So give up the pride of your old experience on the basis of which you will go to judge things. It is not like that. A new law is here. And we have to think of the land of autocrat and goodness. In Jnana Shunya Bhakti, the first step will be to give up all the pride of our previous experience and to begin a new life. We shall feel, I shall accept the laws of the infinite, not the laws of this finite world that I acquired as a subject. I shall have to enter that domain as an object of the subject. There, He is the subject and I am the object here, possessing only a particle of the space there, and that is also at His sweet will. At any time, I may be dispossessed of it. So this is the thinking, the mood. Then Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Sridhar Maharaj is saying, this is not in the democratic government, but in the mad monarchy, a kind of dictatorship, but of the absolute good, remember, the absolute love, the absolute sweetness. Srila Guru Maharaj, this is to live in the land of dictatorship and not in the democracy and law. Jnane prayasam udapasya namanta eva. Everywhere we shall try our best to find mercy, grace, kindness, pity. Everywhere we shall try our best to find mercy, grace, kindness, pity. Because whatever the dictator is doing is all good. We have to be trained like that. He is the highest dictator without fault. So we may or not understand, but whatever is commanded by the dictator must be helpful for us. There is no law on which we shall base our judgment and give any remark. To remark is not only absolutely useless, but it is faulty and injurious to ourselves. Such consciousness we have to acquire, and it is not unreasonable. Newton said, "I am only collecting pebbles on the shore of the ocean of knowledge." This is Newton, who gave discovered, understood the laws of gravity and action and reaction and so many things which are the very basis of modern science. So Newton said, "I am only collecting pebbles on the shore of the ocean of knowledge." He was a man of this world, yet he had the sincerity and courage to make this statement. If such a statement is made in deference to the knowledge of only this world, what should be thought of the knowledge of the infinite, unknown and unknowable? We must have courage. Just as Columbus floated his ship to discover America, he had the courage to float our little boat in the ocean of the unknown and unknowable. We must be cognizant that the laws will be of that type. The laws of the higher ocean may not be applied in the strait or local sea. A thoroughly new thing we have to study, the revealed truth. If we go to measure the infinite with the law of finite, it will be hopeless for us to go that side. We must invite and think purely of that land, that standard, the unknown world. Then Srila Guru Maharaj, quoting from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, Swayang samuttirya sudustarang dhyuman bhavanavang bhimam adhabra sauridaha bhavat param boruha navam atrate nirhaya jataha sad anugraho bhavan. We try. And the meaning of this verse is, O self-revealed one, you are Bhaktavancha Kalpataru, the wish-fulfilling tree of the devotee. The great devotees surrender unto your lotus feet. The great devotees surrendered unto your lotus feet, who have crossed over this ghastly, insurmountable ocean of mundanity. They have left the boat of your lotus feet in this world. And then in parenthesis or brackets here it says, in the Guru Parampara, or in the line of revealed truth, Shrauta Panta. So those persons, those great souls, they have left the boat of your lotus feet in this world because they are greatly affectionate to all beings. So that is that verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. And Srila Guru Maharaj continuing, the Devas, Brahma and Shiva, say in the Bhagavatam, they say, the saints who by your grace have crossed that insurmountable ocean, that dreadful ocean, with dreadful waves and so many water animals, those saints again sent back the boat, which is compared with the lotus feet of the Lord. By the help of the lotus feet of you, the infinite absolute Lord, they cross this ocean by the grace of your holy feet. And they again send that boat back here for others to cross the same ocean. They are experienced about the ocean, and in which way they crossed, and what difficulty they faced, and where. Your devotees are so magnanimous that after using the boat of your holy feet to cross, they again send them back for us. Because their friendship for the people is very white and pure, and you are always in favor of those devotees, so by their request you cannot refuse. You allow your lotus feet again to come to this side and take others across. Now this is our reading for today, and the Lord sends his devotees in order to bring us back. So no doubt the Lord's lotus feet, but the lotus feet of his pure devotees, his messengers, his agents, then they come to this world. And those lotus feet carry the message of the Lord. And here today we are hearing such message from the lotus mouth of Srila Guru Maharaj. And we cannot but think of the generosity, the selflessness of Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj. Srila Guru Maharaj's personally trained disciple, his best disciple. Sometimes he said, I have one disciple. It is Govinda Maharaj. So in this way, Srila Gurudev, Srila Govinda Maharaj, he is that person who is carrying that trained current, the current that we are reading about just earlier on in this excerpt today. Srila Guru Maharaj says we must be trained in the proper way. And Srila Guru Maharaj, he has trained Srila Gurudev in their leela of Guru and disciple. And Srila Gurudev doing his utmost to try to wake us all up to that current of grace coming from Srila Guru Maharaj, coming from Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the flow of truth, the flow of honesty, the flow of guidance to bring us home back to Godhead. And so many examples, and Srila Guru Maharaj's use of English, Srila Gurudev's use of English, even though we think it is not their first language, but their first language is devotion, and from that devotion they're expressing in many ways, like Guru Maharaj is saying, there is a new alphabet we need to use when we come to the upper world. There are new laws, not the laws of this material world, not the experience of this world. So there is no law on which we shall base our judgment and give any remark. And then Srila Guru Maharaj is saying, to remark is not only absolutely useless, but it is faulty and injurious to ourselves. Such consciousness we have to acquire, and it is not unreasonable. So this is our reading for today, trying to keep it short, but this is also the time when devotees and they do come together, and it's an opportunity for us to remind ourselves that it's nothing about the capacity of us as individuals. At the end of the day, it is all about the mercy of Guru and Gauranga. And it is Gauranga who's given us access. He is Krishna. He is Radha Krishna combined. And it is he who has given us access to the land of Radha and Krishna. And it is he who has given us access to the land of Nitai and Gauranga, his own land. And all this is being carried out by the grace of his devotees. So a short reading this week, but at the lotus feet of Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Gurudev. And this excerpt found in Sermons volume number 2 and is like a meditation for us to make our life successful by giving up the pride of our old experience. A new law is here, and we have to think of the land of autocrat and goodness. And there was that word, yes, everywhere, and oh yes, very promising, this part. Everywhere we shall try our best to find mercy, grace, kindness, pity, because whatever the dictator, means the supreme all good dictator, is doing is all good. We have to be trained like that. He is the highest dictator without fault. So we may or may not understand, but whatever is commanded by the dictator must be helpful for us. So everywhere we shall try our best to find mercy, grace, kindness, pity, because whatever the dictator is doing is all good. We have to be trained like that. This is Sri Krishna, the origin of everything, the cause of all causes, who is eternality, consciousness, and joy, and who is the origin of us, our consciousness, everything. And we are to serve that dictation, the all-good. So let our training continue under the guidance of Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Jai Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Roko Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. And our grand Guru, Vaga, as it were, Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. And all the Ananta Koti Vaishnavrind, all the devotees everywhere ki Jai. And the Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Acharya Brinda, the current from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur that's being distributed by the souls, the Acharya Brinda, the Guru Vaga ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi, Hari Hari Bo. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha, Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda, Govinda, Gopala, Gopala, Ami Ashchi.